Alrighty, we got today's mail call. This is something I ordered to go with another recent purchase. So let's pop this thing open and take a look-see. Let's see here. See if I can open it this way. Yeah, this will work. Let's see here. Oh, we got a podcat. That's Mimi the Conqueror. Let's take a look here. Oh, here's some missiles. Let's see. All right, we got Darklon's Evader. Put these missiles on. Oopsie. Hello. How's it going? I do that all the time. Complete 100%. I get a little excited and I knock the phone over all the time. Oh, let's close this knife up so I don't accidentally cut myself. Alright, let's see here. That one goes there. And that one goes... They got little dumbbell... I think they call them dumbbells. On the top there. Yeah, and then you can 360 or more. That's pretty cool. They don't elevate. I wish they did, but yeah, here's some guns that you can move around a little bit. It's relatively stable for what it is. I guess that's why they put these little fins on the side, make it a little more stable. Rolls very well. Looks like you could have put something here, but I'm pretty sure it's just the exhaust. But let's open it up and let's see. So is that as far as it'll open? I guess so. But I got the modern Darklon, and let's put him in here and see if he'll fit. I may have to take his sword off. I'm not sure yet. I'd rather not, but I will if I have to. All right, let's see here. All right, it does have a seat belt, so let's take the seat belt off, open it up here. Oh, looks like you gotta bend his knees. Let's see. Okay, let's get him in there. Oh. All right, so it looks like his feet just about touch the wheels. So I wonder if I can use that modern articulation and articulate his feet downwards. That way it's not hitting against that wheel. Let's see here. Like I said, I prefer to keep that sword on him if I can, but I'll take it off if necessary, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes if I can get him in here. Let's see, seatbelt. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I can get him in this there. And seatbelt is in. Okay, his seatbelt's in. Let's see. Maybe I can scooch it over a little more, make it look like he's like it can hold in his lap or something. I mean, it fits. Let's see. Hey, Mimi the Conqueror. Mimi the Destroyer of Shells. Mimi Pants. Queen Mimi. I have a bunch of different names I call her. Let's see. Yeah, that would probably work. Yeah, it actually does. Okay. He is touching it just a little bit still. Let's see. See if I can get his feet a little more away from the... There we go. Let's see if this is... There we go. So, yep, a modern figure with some finessing will fit in here. And I've found that out with a lot of modern figures. They will fit in the vintage one, but you may have to do some like moving around, some custom moving around, and some finessing and stuff like that. But for the most part, they will. The only thing that I found that cannot fit is the slam. The moderns just cannot fit in the slam. It is too, they are just too big. Because I have a modern hardball I was going to put in there, but I wound up putting him in the L or RPV, remote piloted vehicle. The thing with the little drone that shoots off, I forget the name. I think it's RPV. But yeah, I put him in that, and he fits just fine in that. But I tried putting him in the slam, and he will not fit. So I have a vintage hardball that my friend gave me, and I bought his weapons pack in a. I got all his weapons in a lot, so he fits in there. And I got the original Charbroil in there with him. So, but yep. So this Darkline Evader, the new, the modern figure can fit in there. Fits in there. I mean, as you can see, it's a little. He's a little snug in there. He is a little snug in there, but I mean, it works. Looks like it goes around his head perfectly in there. Ooh, let's see if I can't. There we go. It looks like it just goes around his head perfectly. The figure still, the figure still wobbles around a little bit in there, so it's. Looks fine. Looks good. Like it'll work. And let's see. Yep. So I got Darklon's Evader. It's a strange little vehicle here. It kind of has a little bit of. It looks like a Cobra. Ooh. This kind of reminds me of like Cobra a little bit here, but then you got Destro's Iron Grenadier sticker on the top, and then you got some stickers on the side. What is that? I can't see what that says very well. I can see. Ooh. And I know a lot of the designers and stuff will put their initials and stuff in here. There's some hair in that sticker. Looks like it's been there for a while. There we go. Probably had cats like me. But yeah, it looks really good. Copy, what's the 1989? It looks like 1980. Looks like 1989 on there. I can't really see very well. But in 89, I would have been 5 years old. So this would have been right around the time I got into G.I. Joe, was when I was like 5 and 6. Each gun elevates, and they don't feel. They feel a little bit loose, but for the most part, that one's a little loose right there. But for the most part, they will stay right where you want them to. So I wonder what that symbol's supposed to be on the front there. Ain't no telling. But it looks really good. I like it. I'm glad I got it. Now my Darklon has his own vehicle. And if like I said, it fits in there pretty decently. It's not the best. Like of course the O-ring figures are going to fit in here a lot better, because I mean it's, again, that's what they were designed for. These were designed for the O-ring figures, but moderns can fit in them. And again, like I said, moderns can fit in most vintage vehicles I found. Like I got a modern Ace in my Sky Striker. He fits in there. The only thing is the backpack doesn't work, but it's fine. And then I got modern what's those things? The vehicle drive, Delta Squad, I think. Dang, what's the name of those things? I want to say they're Delta. The vehicle drivers, I can't think of the names right now, but yeah, I got 2 modern ones in there. Then I got modern, and I got the modern Cross Country sitting on top of the Havoc, which is my favorite vehicle. And I got the modern Cross Country sitting on top of him. Then I got all the vintage. I got some vintage vehicles sitting inside the canopy, and I got like a couple of vintage figures pegged on the sides, because eventually I am going to get the Rolling Thunder, and that's pretty much just going to be just vintage. And then eventually I want to get the Tactical Battle Platform, and I want to put some figures on that. And so I got a lot of things I want to get, and a lot of things going to be coming down. And then I am running out of room real fast, especially collecting both lower scale and 6-inch Joes. So, because here's the 6-inch Darklon here. I kind of do wish they would make a 6-inch Evader. I don't think they ever will, but you never know. I mean, they made his despoiler, so they made Destro's despoiler, so you never know. They might. I think it'd be kind of fun. What they should do, though, in my opinion, they should put like maybe a couple little lights here on the side, like little headlights or something, or put like red lights through here or something. Put like little red dot light, LED lights there. Maybe a couple little computer lights down inside there. It's an idea anyway. Maybe make the engine, this part, light up red or blue or something. Make it look like it's running. But anyway, this was today's haul. Pretty excited I got it. And it really wasn't all that expensive. It was less than like $15. It gets more if you find it with the vintage figure. It does become a little bit more, but for just the vehicle, I found this less than $20, and I just went ahead and jumped on it. I think it was a good idea to go ahead and get it and give my Darklon his figure, or his vehicle, I mean. But like I said, it's about the time when I jumped into Joe, around 89, 90. I was 5 and 6 years old, and that's when I started getting into G.I. Joe, and I was in and out. Like, I was getting G.I. Joes, but I was also getting Star Trek. So I was getting a little bit of both. I think I was more Star Trek than I was G.I. Joe, but I definitely had a few. I do remember having the X-Wing, and then I can't remember. There was just a bunch of G.I. Joe stuff that I had, and then I also got a bunch of the core. So like they were kind of, I would mix Joes and the core together, and then Star Trek, and then when Star Wars came out, released in '95. I was out of everything and got into Star Wars and was hooked. I was hooked until 2007. I was collecting Star Wars from like 95 to 2007. when G.I. Joe's 25th anniversary re-released, and I got on that and pretty well been on it since. Other than just getting off a couple of years here and there for getting married and having kids and stuff, and then I got back into it big in 2018, 2019. But I also do have the Desert Fox with the new with the modern skid mark in there, and he fits in there fine. And I got a bunch of modern green shirts in there with them, kind of manning the guns and the pilot seat, or the passenger seats and stuff. But anyway, I'm rambling on here. This was today's haul. I'm excited to finally get it. Looks good. As you can see, like I said, a vintage figure does fit in there. I may take his sword out, but I may keep it in there. I don't know. I mean, it does look a little silly with his sword sitting in there, but I think I'll keep the sword in there, and I may even put his gun back in his hand. I think I will. I think I will put his gun in his hand. That way he can have something else to defend himself with, and he could hop out and start blasting. Plus, it's less loose stuff on the shelf, and the less loose stuff on the shelf, the happier I am. So, but yeah, might get in the way of that. Not really. Yeah, that is a little silly looking, but I think I'll display it like that just so I can. Like I said, the less loose stuff on the shelf, the better. He does come with his little Mars briefcase. It's got a gun in there. I always love little briefcases and stuff that can store guns. These are neat to me. Little hidden weapons and stuff like that, and little accessories, and it's just cool looking. I always like stuff like this. But anyway, this was today's haul. I enjoy it. I'm happy with it. And more to come. Everybody have a good day. Take care. And Cobra!